AI is everywhere in finance at the moment, and CFOs are trying to weigh up the rewards and the risks associated with its adoption. What are you hearing in the market?
So we're hearing a lot from corporates and finance teams about use of AI really for personal productivity within their finance team and individuals. So whether that's helping with month-end processes for a treasurer using Excel, or things like bank reconciliation as well. So really very much driving value through making individuals in finance teams' jobs that little bit easier.
Is it better to adopt AI or rather than ignoring it?
I think it is incredibly clear AI is here to stay. And I think across all functions, it's going to deliver a huge amount of value. And that includes finance teams. So I think actually adopting in a very controlled manner and thinking about those guardrails, the structure and the processes to start on first is a critical thing for corporates.
Why does the quality of the data matter so much within finance compared to other departments?
I think being in finance and payments for a long time, it's very clear that everything has to be right. And you can look at that from all processes. So from accounts receivable, you need to be incredibly clear when you're talking to your customers about outstanding payments, outstanding invoices. You can't communicate to your customer with incorrect information. You have to be incredibly right around your payments. Finance is an area where you have to be 100% right 100% of the time. And therefore, hidden errors, hallucinations, things like that just aren't acceptable. So a core part of the agentic platform is building in the right guardrails to allow finance teams to understand what is going on. And within Bottomline, we talk very much about humans in control when we talk about our agentic platform, rather than just humans in the loop.
So what practical steps, or is there a practical step you would offer to CFOs to help them on their journey of AI adoption?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's a couple. I think the first one is where finance teams have individuals using tools for personal productivity, making sure that they have the right controls in place and the right guardrails, but they're also using them in a low risk way as well. I think second to that, as corporates start to think about adopting agentic platforms, they should think about starting with one process or maybe one cohort of customers and starting to gradually introduce agents within that process and make sure they're measuring that value as well.
Okay. Now these nicely into the question that would be, say, let's look ahead. Yeah, we know where we are currently. We've got different stages of adoption. We're encouraging adoption. But looking ahead, what will separate finance teams that succeed with the AI and the adoption of it from those that will struggle to do so?
So I think success in AI and finance teams that can prove success in AI is going to come back to the same metrics that treasury teams measure themselves on, AR teams measure themselves on, and AP teams measure themselves on. It's all come down to, can agentic platforms help lower your DSO? Will agentic platforms help you to drive greater liquidity in your treasury function? And could it also reduce the fraud risk that you have within your corporate? So the metrics and how you measure yourself as a CFO team stay exactly the same, and AI is just another tool to use to help improve those.
So what's holding people back? What are the challenges that CFOs are thinking about that prevents the adoption accelerating from where it is today?
So I think there's actually three different areas. So the first one, I think, is access to the right data. Getting access to that data from the agents can be incredibly difficult. The second area is having the right controls and guardrails in place for these agents. They can hallucinate, they can create errors. How is that being managed and governed? And the last thing we're hearing, and I love this, is we're hearing from corporates saying that they're almost getting a bit of AI paralysis. And what they mean by that is actually they're hearing about Copilot or Claude or OpenAI, and knowing which tool to pick and which one drives the most value is incredibly difficult.
So it sounds like the tool is there to augment the experience of your teams.
Absolutely, yes.